Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon SoulSilver! Okay everybody, now that we have defeated every single trainer on Route 14, we're going to continue our journey to the next town as we now go for Route 13. Now the differences between the last two routes and this one is that now instead of Plusle, Minded, and Shanks with the radio Pokemon, now this time we get the usual Linoon, Whismur, Bidoof, and Weasel ones. Yeah. And also you can actually, there are some parts of this route where you can actually try to get some water type Pokemon. Although the majority of them are Pokemon that we've already seen already. Well, actually, except for Quillfish, who you probably have already seen before, but you probably don't have one yet. So yeah, this route is actually another route where you can actually try to get yourself a Quillfish if you don't have one yet. And speaking of, I do not have one yet. Now, as I said before in the previous routes, now while Chansey is very rare before, and while Chansey is still rare within this route as well, but however though, there is actually an opportunity. Now you can actually get a chance to actually get yourself a Chansey a lot more easier here. Now, if it just so happens to be a swarm of Chanseys that you can hopefully the Chanseys will show up, but like as Professor Oak says that a swarm of Chanseys have shown up here. Yeah, essentially now, if you want to have yourself a more easier time of getting yourself a Chansey, then just wait until Professor Oak says that there are swarm of Chanseys. Then you can essentially try and have a much more easier time of just trying to actually get one. And I just realized this by now, but yeah, this is actually our first time throughout this whole playthrough, ever since I caught my Lugia, that we're actually having a Lugia outside, like out of the field. Yeah, the first freaking time ever. Yeah, because I've been utilizing my other teammates out front. And whenever we do have Lugia out in front, it's usually, and when I do use Lugia out in front, it's usually when we are inside of a building. all because the Lugia is too freaking big for buildings. But anyways, and just you can see here, and we just defeated a brand new Pokemon again, Whismur. Yeah, Whismur, and actually the entire Whismur line are actually some other Pokemon that we don't get to see as often. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly wish that Whismur, Lounger, and Explorer were utilized a bit more. Well, not just in the games, but also in the anime as well. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, and I guess I should say about Whismur. Yeah, there is actually a thing that I really used to do during my days of playing Pokemon Emerald. And oh, hold on, we have Weasel now. Oh my god! Yay! Oh, Weasel. Oh, how I missed utilizing you during our Platinum days. Yeah, you were definitely a very handy Pokemon for us to have on our team during our Platinum days. While you may not were the most defensive, but at the very least, that's strong, but at the very least you were pretty fast. So that really did give me the opportunity for me to actually get in on the first day for the most part. So yeah. Now, back to what I was saying about Whismur is that now, whenever I visit a Pokemon, whenever I go to the PC in Pokemon Emerald, and then when I listen to the music off of the Pokemon Center, When the music goes to like when it essentially goes to that part of the soundtrack, that part of the music, that's when I go to the summary of my Whismur, Whismur that I caught, so then I can essentially have it play its animation. Yeah, I always seem to, for some reason, I always really seem to like doing that as a kid. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why, but it honestly just felt like it really all that cute to me. Or pretty for some reason I just really love doing it. Me and my childhood days. Yeah, me not even knowing what time matchups were, and yet, despite the fact that I always seem to win somehow. Yeah, but anyways. Oh, I remember this guy. Alright, this is the guy who actually has an extremely large... He actually has an extremely high-leveled Pokemon rival. He has an extremely high-leveled Pokemon. Now, while you may not see it, with his first two Pokemon, that being a King and even a friggin' Slowking. Yeah, apparently this is the first time ever we're actually seeing a friggin' Slowking. Yeah, despite the fact that Slowking is a Gen 2 Pokemon, it takes until Kanto for us to finally see one. Like, jeez. Why did they have to shove Slowking, onto Kanto? Like, jeez. But anyways, yeah, like I said, extremely high-leveled Pokemon. It's actually his friggin' Magikarp! Yeah, it's level 65! Why have a level 65 Magikarp? That is ridiculous! And it's highly pointless, because even if you are very low leveled, you could still beat this Magikarp, see? Yeah, my Lugia was 12 levels below that Magikarp and we easily defeated it. Jeez. Although I do have to say, for those of you who have done a randomizer of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and you just so happen to battle that trainer, who, with the level 65 Magikarp, but since the game is, of course, as you put it in as randomized, it may not be a Magikarp, or even a first stage Pokemon. It may even be a an actual fully evolved Pokemon, or hell, even a legendary. Yeah. That Pokemon can easily screw up your chances of actually destroying your Nuzlocke runs if it just so happened to be doing that with a randomizer. And apparently this guy just seems to have not just a pack of Pikachus, but freaking 6 of them. So, and it looks like there's gonna be 6 of them. Yeah, which means we're gonna be here for the long run. See nothing but freaking Pikachus. It's kind of like Horizons, where Professor Freed has a Pikachu, and this Pikachu has to move a double team, which apparently all of these Pikachu seem to know. Yeah, which means is that we are probably going to be here for quite a bit. And honestly, since my Quagsire just missed that first earthquake after that Pikachu only used to double team once. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be keeping out my Quagsire for this. For the rest of this battle, because, well, since my Quagsire is obviously a lot more slower than these freaking Pikachus, clearly I do not want to be here all day. So yeah, that's why I'm just gonna be having my Typhlosion just destroy everybody with Lava Plume. Yeah. But anyways, Pikachu. And yeah, I guess since we're on topic of Horizons again, I guess you could say for the Pokemon that Liko and Roy have currently, well, I think the only one that's really getting major any sort of attention right now is well, more so of the recent episode that being Fuecoco, who actually manages to learn a new move, that being a disarming voice. Yeah, and now Fuecoco actually does have a good variety of moves right now. You know, that being a disarming voice, stomping tantrum, flamethrower. Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, Fuecoco really does have a pretty good moveset on him right now. But as for the other Pokemon they have, yeah, we haven't seen much in terms of Roy's we haven't seen much in terms of Roy's Watchwell. And then there's Liko's Hatteran. I mean, not Hatteran, Hatenna. Yeah, we haven't seen really all that much from Hatenna we haven't seen all that much from her Hatenna recently. Yeah, hopefully we do later on in the future. And then there's her Sprigatito, which in terms of Sprigatito's moveset, honestly, it could definitely use at least another move on it, because yeah, for the now while Sprigatito does have access to moves like while we have seen it use moves like Scratch and Quick Attack, but for the most part we've just seen it mostly use Leafage. So I just really wish Sprigatito would use, like, you know, other than just Leafage, or leave it another move. Because at this point, Sprigatito could really use another move right now. Although it more so depends on what they may give, or that more so depends on what they give it. Yeah. But anyways, now as you see here, yeah, now we just defeated those two, and we have Erwin yet again, who wants to talk about. Hear about our escapades. These are rocks. I don't know what the hell he's going on about, but whatever. But anyway, since we are of course yet on another new route, now why don't we try and find Chansey now, before we even get to the freaking swarm of Chanseys. Did arena again. Oh wow. Yeah, this is probably gonna be the same thing as the previous two routes, where I'm mostly just gonna be encountering either Nidorinas or Nidorinos. Yeah. Alright, so that's one Nidorina and one Nidorina right now. And there's our second Nidorina. Okay, run away from you. Okay, if we find one more Nidorina, then we're out of here. Okay, come on, where's my Pokemon? There we go. That sure took a while. And it's just another friggin' Nidorina. Boom. But anyways. Okay, so if we see one more Nidorino or Nidorina, then we're out of here. Okay, and it's a Nidorino. Yeah, like I said, Chainseys are like I said plenty of times by now, Chainseys are very rare to find. Yes, which is why, like I said before, wait until the swarm of Chanseys appear. Then you can have yourself a much more of a easier time just trying to find one. Yeah. But anyways, Agility is the key attribute of bird Pokemon. Well, I guess since they aren't always flying around and whatnot, so yeah, I suppose it would make the most logical sense. So yeah. But it really doesn't matter with this bird because my Typhlosion's swim for is just going to burn all those feathers off. then it will be a flightless Farfetch'd. Then it suddenly becomes a fighting type instead. Yeah. Hey! How about we bring out your Pokemon in mind for a battle? Yeah, like I said, just like with every trainer we see. You've got Pokemon, I've got Pokemon, let's fight! Piper? Oh, hi! Oh my god, there's a Spoink here! Hey, first time we see Spoink! Yeah, and I definitely remember that the reoccurring appearance of Spoink in the anime, where it just so happened to keep on losing its pearl all the time. Yeah, although it was only a thing that lasted only 2 episodes. But, oh, what are you gonna do? And also, I'm not sure if it's a good idea that the Spoink should be asleep, because... well, you know what happens when a Spoink, you know what Spoink does when it's not moving? Yeah, it is a logical fact. It is logical fact, man, that you should not have a Spoink keep on moving, or because otherwise it's bad news for Spoink. Very, very bad news. But anyways, check out my Pokemon. Just look at their coloring and plumage. Okay. Well, let's check out their so-called plumage. Brent? Oh my god, you have a Taillow! Hi! Taillow! Yeah. Now, well, we have seen Taillow quite a bit in the anime. Yeah, well, mostly because not only Ash caught one, but also Go caught one too. But we haven't seen much of Taillows outside of those two trainers who actually had their own Taillows. And then of course there's Evolution Swallow. Now, we really haven't seen any other Swallows, major appearances of Swallows other than Ash's Swallow. So, yeah, I just really wish there was another major appearance of Swallow. Well, we did get Winona had her own Swallow, and that Swallow in particular was actually a shiny. So yeah, that was and we actually did get our very only appearance of a shiny Swallow. So yeah, that was surely something. And then we apparently have Ralph, who's now talking about all sorts of Pokeballs now apparently. Yeah. Instead of just going over which sort of like a Pokemon that he met during the day. But anyways, that's all I'm gonna do with this part. And so, to next part, see you guys next time.